Mit einem spektakulären Projekt haucht das Team von Vigilante einer Ikone neues Leben ein und interpretiert den legendären Jeep Super Wagoneer vollkommen neu. Ich bin Carsten vom Automagazin Tuning Blog und nehme euch heute mit auf eine Reise zu einem der wohl exklusivsten Restomod-SUVs unserer Zeit. Kaum ein Fahrzeug steht so sehr für die Geburtsstunde des luxuriösen Geländewagens wie dieses Modell aus dem Jahr 1966, das damals robuste Offroad-Technik mit einem bis dahin ungekannten Maß an Komfort kombinierte. Genau diesen Spirit greift Vigilante auf, allerdings mit einer technischen Umsetzung, die dem Original in nahezu allen Bereichen haushoch überlegen ist. Optisch bleibt die markante Silhouette vollständig erhalten. Der klassische Aufbau, viel Chrom und die ikonischen Proportionen sorgen dafür, dass der historische Charakter sofort erkennbar ist. Lackiert in einem edlen Empire Blue wirkt der Klassiker zugleich authentisch und beeindruckend präsent. Doch unter dem Blech steckt moderne Hochleistungstechnik. Für den Vortrieb sorgt ein MOPAR Generation III, 392 HEMI SRT, 8 Achtzylinder mit satten 485 Pferdestärken. Die Kraftübertragung übernimmt ein Tremec TR-6-Gang Schaltgetriebe, das präzise Schaltvorgänge garantiert und den Fahrer aktiv ins Geschehen einbindet. In Kombination mit einem aufwendig entwickelten Fahrwerk, einer speziell abgestimmten 4-Rad-Antriebseinheit und leistungsstarken Baer-Bremsen entsteht ein Fahrerlebnis, das sowohl bei hohen Geschwindigkeiten auf der Autobahn als auch im anspruchsvollen Gelände überzeugt. Im Innenraum zeigt sich, wie sorgfältig Tradition und Moderne verschmelzen können. Klassische Designelemente, darunter stilechte Bedienelemente und das charakteristische Push-Button-Radio bleiben erhalten. Gleichzeitig sorgen Bluetooth-Konnektivität und eine vollwertige Klimaanlage für zeitgemäßen Komfort. Hochwertige Materialien, maßgefertigte Konsolenelemente und liebevoll neu interpretierte Zierdetails vermitteln das Flair der 60er Jahre, ohne auf heutige Ansprüche an Ergonomie und Verarbeitung zu verzichten. Vigilante-Gründer Daniel van Doveren betont, dass dieses Projekt weit mehr als eine Restaurierung sei. Vielmehr wurde das Fahrzeug technisch komplett neu gedacht, um ein modernes Performance-SUV mit historischem Herz zu erschaffen. Das Ergebnis ist ein Luxusklassiker, der Tradition respektiert und gleichzeitig mit zeitgemäßer Ingenieurskunst begeistert. Wer das alles noch einmal in Ruhe nachlesen möchte, der findet den Link in der Videobeschreibung.
There is nothing more fun than being in a 60s vehicle with modern drive and suspension. Hi there, it's Rachel with Vigilante, and today I'm going to discuss our newest build, the Super Wagoneer. These are incredibly special vehicles because they were only made for about 2 years, and at some point they were the most luxurious four-wheel drive vehicle on the planet, dare I say. They kind of paved the road for luxury 4x4 vehicles to expand and kind of become the new norm. So let's take this baby for a ride. First, we're going to start by disengaging the e-brake. And you'll notice over here, what used to be just warning lights, we 3D printed the casing, took the same font that were the original warning lights, and we turned them into functional buttons that now engage and disengage the emergency brake and roll up and lower your tailgate window. Parking brake disengaged. Are you ready? We were really excited to do this vehicle. One, because they are so incredibly rare and they're just beautiful. It's like a jewel almost, so shiny with miles and miles of chrome, a metal dash that just screams the 60s, and all kinds of gorgeous and beautiful detail on the inside. And for the Super Wagoneer, one of the biggest defining features was their center console, because at that point Jeep was only doing bench seating in the Wagoneer, and so this was where they finally split it and they put this glorious center console in the middle with your chrome clock and your leather armrest, and it's just a long feature that goes from front to back. And technology today has allowed us to 3D print this center console and add our functionality into it. And one of the big things that we did, which may seem like a small feat, but it was no small feat, I guarantee you, is that we put in, this is a manual transmission. Jeeps have manual transmissions, and that's correct, but not the Super Wagoneer. So when we 3D printed this center console, we had to do it so that it would hold the manual stick, but still look like it came from the 1960s when the car was remade. And it's just a beautiful piece. And not only does it hold the manual stick, but it also holds the ducts to get AC to the back. So lots of things that when you step into the car, it looks original, but it has been taken up to the next level. And we're so pumped to get this beauty on the road. It's incredible because sitting in here, everything is time period correct. But she handles very like a modern vehicle. And her pickup and go, I mean, listen to that SRT-8. Man, it's a fun car to drive. As I mentioned before, these vehicles were only made for about 2 years probably because they were so luxury at the time. It was too expensive to continue to make. And not only when you look at the outside, you see, I mean, literally miles of chrome on this thing. She just sparkles down the road. And those gorgeous pastel colors that were part of that time period. We have the gun sights on the front. That's also a very prominent feature that makes the Super Wagoneer so special. And the seating is so comfortable. Well done, Liz. The wheels were also something spectacular because they had spinners on them. And if you follow Vigilante, then you know that we have the bigger wheels to accommodate the more powerful brakes because we do put the new modern engines in them and you need a lot more stopping power. Safety first. So each wheel was taken from a big chunk of aluminum and carved out of that big chunk of aluminum. And we also had to do the same with the spinner on the outside. And when this thing is in motion, those wheels and that spinner, I mean, literally, it's like going back in time. But underneath the hood is an SRT-8 with a lot of get up and go power. I'll let you hear that for yourself. One of the big things about having a Vigilante vehicle is the dependability and the go power to be able to get on these bigger roads and freeways and feel like you have the same power as every vehicle on that road. It's a huge plus stand out from every vehicle on that road because of the vintage look. And this one is incredibly special. The Super Wagoneer came before the wood grain, and instead of the wood grain, you have this like chainmail effect, very thin line of it, surrounded by chrome. These vehicles are incredibly hard to find, all the pieces, all the parts, as you can imagine. So we just feel very fortunate that we were able to do one of them in our lifetime, maybe two, if I have my way. Looking at this metal dash, again, you really wouldn't know all of the features that have been added to it. The gauge cluster has been updated to jive with the SRT-8, and the things that it reads are more up to date. You've got your fuel, you've got your temp, you've got your speed, of course. And then we move over to the AC. The AC ducts we 3D printed and just made the AC more robust in the entire vehicle. The radio has your old school push buttons, but it has your new school Bluetooth functionality. You can play Bluetooth from any of your devices. And there's something so cool about this. The steering wheels from the 1960s, all metal with the finger grips on them. And this one's no exception. It's a beautiful piece to the vehicle in and of itself. We've really enjoyed this build. It has been one discovery and one problem to solve after another. Technology has just come so far that has allowed us to, what you can't find with new old stock, you can now 3D print, or if you need another functionality, you can keep the same language of that design and 3D print it to keep the time period correct but hold the modern functionality. Hey buddy, you okay? Welcome to Texas, y'all. Thank y'all for coming on this ride with me. If you have any questions about this Super, drop it in the comments below, and I will take the time to answer them. Have a kick-ass day. Bye, y'all.
Für mehr Videos einfach abonnieren.